What e-reader or tablet is right for me? By Lee Petrell. For my case study, I'm attempting to make the correct purchase choice by helping myself decide which e-reader or tablet is best for me. The subject of our case study will be myself, Lee Petrell. I'm 32 years old, who is an avid reader on her iPhone, and I use the Kindle application and other reader applications on my iPhone. But I sometimes find that the screen on the iPhone is small and is starting to be difficult on my eyes. I do a lot of night reading, and anything with a light might bother my husband while he's sleeping. I also have problems with the battery life on my iPhone. Never enough battery life for a long flight of reading or watching a movie on a flight. I go to New York quite frequently, and I never can make the entire trip with one round of phone juice. So I started wondering if getting a tablet or an e-reader might be a better option and to fit my lifestyle a little bit better. I already have an Apple laptop and kind of worried that an e-reader or tablet might be an overkill. Although I actually think the laptop is too big to bring out on the plane, and I never do bring it out on the plane. I'm not really sure what the difference between the laptop and the tablets are at this point. I will say that I'm overall a little cheap in my purchasing, but I do share the payment of an Amazon Prime account because I do order a lot from Amazon, and I am a loyal customer. Also, I'm a big fan of Apple products and have Apple products in my home. My laptop is Apple, and our home computer is also an Apple. So what I did was I first took a look at e-readers. An e-reader is a portable electronic device that is designed primarily for the purpose of reading digital books and periodicals. An e-reader is in its simplest nothing more than a device in which you may store an enormous amount of e-books or electronic digital books. So that instead of having to deal with tons of paper, you merely have one light and generally comfortable sized device on which to keep most of your limited number of books, and which is easy to read the books from. An increasing number of e-readers these days are capable of connecting to various online booksellers via the internet, such as the Kindle from Amazon and the Nook reader from Barnes & Noble. Both expect you to purchase and download books from their website. So that would lead me towards working with Amazon because I shop much more at Amazon, the Amazon Kindle, than going with a Nook just because I don't shop as much at Barnes & Noble's. One of the nice features that you can go and hunt up new ebooks directly from your e-reader is easily and very fast. So if I want to look up a new book, I can go right to my e-reader and look up a new book. Thus, you can find and buy ebooks at any moment you choose without having to move from your house. The main advantages of ebook readers are better readability of their screens, especially in bright sunlight, and they have a really long battery life with multiple days of hours for their battery life. This is achieved by using electronic paper technology to display content to readers. Some people think which keeps them separated from tablets is the fact that they are simply e-readers. While some have other email and writing features, I will have no backlit displays, which means no night reading without a light and no multimedia such as music, videos, and games. One big advantage to the e-readers is that they have a much lower price point of under $200. So now that we've taken a look at e-readers, let's go ahead and take a look at tablets. A tablet is a little different from an e-reader, and it is a touchscreen media device that actually most similar to a very advanced portable media player with many functions. You can browse the internet, email, download books, games, and videos, watch movies, share photos, and so much more. They come in different sizes depending on the company creating them. For example, the Kindle Fire is 7 inches, while the iPad 2 is over 10 inches. Color LCD screens are found on all tablets and are bright, colorful, and really nice displays. But those advantages have trade-offs. The reflective screens and LCD tablets make it hard to read in bright light. Basically hurts their eyes after a long time of reading. But at night, you will not have to put on a light when reading in bed. And for me, that's kind of a big point. Additionally, due to the LCD screens and more content, the tablets do get good battery life, which I was surprised. 8 to 10 hours. But nothing in comparison to e-readers' battery life, which are multiple days of battery life. Now let's go ahead and take a look at this great YouTube video comparing e-readers with tablets.
Okay, it's time to decide. Are you the tablet type or an e-reader kind of person? Let's see how they stack up. Both are very much handheld devices, but e-readers tend to stay in the smaller purse or pocket size range, while tablets get into the 10 to 12-inch range. Both have built-in Wi-Fi, but most tablets also have the option of a mobile connection. Some e-readers also have 3G connectivity, but that's not a very common feature right now. Just like tablets, some e-readers are touchscreen, while others use simple navigation buttons. Should I blur the line even further? A top e-reader like this one has a full-color LCD touchscreen display. It lets you surf the web, check email, and listen to music. It even has apps that let you connect to friends and play games. So is it an e-reader or a tablet? If the main job of the device is to download and store great magazines and books with a battery life of days, not hours, and an e-paper screen for reading in direct sunlight, it's definitely an e-reader. A device with a bigger screen that shows off apps and games is great for watching movies, making video calls, emailing, and composing documents. Well, you've hit tablet country. The last difference between tablets and e-readers? Price. In general, because e-readers are simpler in terms of what they can do technologically, they're cheaper than tablets. You know what? You really don't need to pick a side in this fight. Just try them both out in person and see what you think. You might end up with two winners.
I started by asking myself, what was I really looking for? Do you want to just read books? How about magazine and newspapers? What about browsing the web? Want to add multimedia? Do I want to do audiobooks or video? Do I want to watch Netflix? Do I want to, have it support Flash? Is that really important to me? Email and messaging? Gaming? I narrowed it down to a couple of important questions when I was deciding. Do you want to do more than just reading? And I really thought about this, and I decided that yes, I would like to do more than just reading. I'd like to be able to watch movies when I'm on an airplane, as well as be able to, work my calendar and add appointments to such a device. Second question is, do you do majority of your reading outdoors? And actually, I don't do majority of my reading outdoors unless I'm on vacation. Actually, I like to read right before I go to bed, in bed. And my husband can't read with a lot of light on, so that was another thing that was a real big selling point to me. So number 3, how big a size of a device are you looking for? I don't have a preference in size. Maybe I was leaning towards, a smaller device, but then I looked at the larger devices. I was really in between. I don't really think I care either way what the size is. I think I'm more concerned about weight. And the final question is, do I want a color screen? And I realized, yes, I like a color screen. I like to be able to watch a movie. I like to be able to see features that would use a color display. And I do like the idea of being able to read at night with the backlighting. So as it turns out, only 2 tablets were left when I got down to my final choices. The Kindle File and the Apple iPad 2. It was a hard decision, but one tablet won over the rest, obviously. It had a bigger screen and had access to my calendar program, which I already had on my laptop. Now, I want to mention that I am a fan of Amazon, and I am a Prime member, which made the Kindle very appealing. Especially with its lower price point, it was a really tough decision for me. But as it turns out of all things that were Amazon special to the Kindle, I could actually get and use on the iPad. So as the Kindle e-reader, I could get that on the iPad as well. And any other things, I could still download the videos that I would get free from Amazon. I can still download those onto the iPad as well. So I didn't necessarily have to have the Amazon product to use the Amazon benefits. So I will say, without further ado, the winner was the iPad 2. And the main reasons were a slightly larger screen, which when I looked at them and held them physically in my hand, the weight wasn't a huge difference. And I felt like for the 7 inches, you didn't get as much. The weight was heavy for 7 inches, and I felt with a little bit more weight, you got a lot more screen. And really what turned the point for me, because I was very close on deciding, was I got a great price on the iPad 2. I found it in an open box at Best Buy, and was really, really inexpensive. They had an extra discount that day, and I ended up going with the iPad 2. And I have to tell you, I'm really satisfied with it. I'm really happy with it. And what I will say is, down the road, my uncle ended up getting the Amazon Kindle Fire, and I played around with it and I looked at it. And I did really like it, but I feel like the iPad 2 has just got the benefit of being around for a little while. It's been upgraded, it's been tweaked, it's on its 2nd version now. And I feel like once the the Kindle Fire gets a couple of, releases, gets updated, I think it'll give the the iPad a real run for its money. Well, I really enjoyed this case study. I think I made the right decision for me. Good luck to anybody else looking to buy a tablet or an e-reader, and here are my references.